Hello, everybody, and welcome to the July edition of Aces All In. From our Nevada Sportsnet studio, he's Zach Larson, I'm Mike Stephenson, and we are in the dog days of summer. And you know we have you covered with all things ace ball over the past month.
Yeah, Mike, the Aces coming into July scorching hot to start the second half of the season. We have you covered on what was a historic month for the franchise.
It's always the hottest ticket of the season. We'll take you to Independence Day at Greater Nevada Field as fans pack the stands to celebrate the 4th of July.
Plus, we'll uncover the man behind Archie the mascot and catch up with star pitcher Cristian Mena. Those stories and a whole lot more are coming up on Aces All In.
But first, while Blake Lalli's team has hit its stride on the field, it is what Reno's skipper did before the season that is by far the biggest win of them all. With his girlfriend in need of a literal lifeline, the former catcher came through in the clutch. Aaliyah Hartung thought she was in tip-top shape.
I was a really healthy kid growing up here in Reno, Nevada, and I was in competitive sports, but kids never get blood work if they're not sick. And I had sports physicals and everything, and I went all the way through high school, and then I did my freshman year of college here at UNR, and I had finished my finals. It was my math final. The very next morning, my legs were cramping so bad that I couldn't walk, and that's what took me to the ER. And when they drew blood, I found out I was an end-stage kidney failure.
Little did the Spanish Springs graduate know, her kidneys were underdeveloped. Her body had been compensating for virtually her entire life.
I actually specifically remember when they told me I needed the kidney transplant, I said, isn't there a vitamin or something I can take? You know, I had no idea. I don't think I realized how sick I was, and I had a lot of doctors tell me, you don't know what it's like to wake up and feel good.
Aaliyah's mom, Sandy, would prove to be a perfect match, donating one of her kidneys to her daughter in 2008. But transplants sometimes have expiration dates, and 15 years later came a critical doctor's visit.
He had tears in his eyes. He said, Aaliyah, I think it's time to get an evaluation.
My initial reaction was like, I'll do anything to help.
Enter Reno Aces manager Blake Lalli, Aaliyah's boyfriend since 2021.
We approached it like, hey, I'm gonna get tested. I'm gonna be your match. You're gonna be healthy. I'm gonna be healthy. This is gonna be great. Like, it's gonna be like, we got this.
And having that conversation, and that's how we lived, and that was our mindset, that really helped.
Sure enough, they were more than just a compatible couple, with the extremely long odds landing in their favor.
She walked in the door and I said, hey, I'm your match. And she was like, they called? I was like, they called. And so we
just welled up in tears and didn't know what to say, and then I think we opened a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
And it was our last drink.
I just got back into the preoperative area of Mayo. Blake is in the room next to me. He's getting prepped as well, and they're about to take him back.
It took me back about an hour before her.
And that was the hardest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was in bad shape when they wheeled him away.
On March 5th, 2024, Blake and Aaliyah underwent a successful transplant surgery at the Mayo Clinic in Arizona.
Everybody is good, and the most exciting thing is my labs are actually normal for the first time in my life, which is incredible.
Blake looked at me, he was grabbing my head, and he said, we did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
We tackled it together, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Got a pretty good bond now.
I can't wait to start feeling better from the pain of the surgery and actually feeling the energy from this beautiful new kidney that I have.
The fact that she was able to get someone in her life tested, he was a perfect match, got them scheduled quickly. It truly, it's amazing. It's a miracle.
We're out of the hospital, going for our first walk. We got showered up. We're both doing okay. It's a little bit tender for sure.
I feel incredible. I've never had normal kidney function in my entire adult life. My blood pressure is perfect. I don't have swelling issues. I can bebop around this place. Throw me in, coach.
Yes.
Blake and Aaliyah, please take your bases.
3 months later, the happy and healthy duo was celebrated at Greater Nevada Field, rounding the bases as part of Donor Network West's Home Run for Life.
You can inspire people that you never know about.
I think I want to get tested for my neighbor, or I'm going to finally check the box to become an organ donor on my driver's license. That's what this is. That's what this is about.
Talking about what you want to happen when you die is not something that most American families feel comfortable talking about, and so we hope these inspiring stories create more opportunities for those conversations.
From running the bases after a second kidney transplant to now running her successful esthetician business, Aaliyah has another new lease on life, and with Blake, an unbreakable bond.
The amount that she helped me through this whole thing, like, was the same that I helped her. Like, yeah, I know she has my kidney right now. I couldn't have done it without her too. Like, she was right there with me.
Every day that I wake up, I love him more and more and more, and I don't sometimes know how that's even possible, but it is. And now to have this other kind of a bond, but having gone through it together, it's something that you can't put into words. There's not a day that goes by that I don't sit there and think, because of the selfless act of my mom and because of Blake and the fact that it worked out for me, that they were a match and able to go through surgery with me and willing to do that to give me my life back. This world has so much to offer, and Blake and I have so much we want to accomplish together as a young couple, and now we get to do that without a lot of worry.
Absolutely incredible. And there are still around 700 Nevadans currently awaiting an organ donation. To learn more about those local efforts, head to donornetworkwest.org.
Coming up on Aces All In, we take you through what was a historic July for the franchise, plus we celebrate the 4th of July at the ballpark.
Myrick comes home. Chaparro back up the middle, a base hit! It's a walk-off win! 0-1, Andres to left and through. It's a base hit! Albert around third! Auerbach, the throw is not in time! 10 in a row, are you kidding me? In the dirt, bounces away. Here comes Brixey. We're not done. 11 in a row.
Voice of the Aces, Nash Walker on the call after Reno's 3 consecutive walk-off victories, July 4th through the 6th. Welcome back to Aces All In. I'm Zach Larson. To say it was a huge month for Reno's ball club might be an understatement. The Aces setting a franchise record 12-game winning streak starting June 26th against Oklahoma City and ending July 9th versus Round Rock. Those dozen straight wins breaking the previous record of 8 in a row set in both 2023 and the 2012 seasons. It's a perfectly timed stretch for the Aces with the second half of the season underway after Sugar Land took the first half crown. In the first 20 games of the second half, the Aces went 14-6, including a plus 25 run differential, the second best mark in the Pacific Coast League. As I mentioned, 3 walk-off wins in a row coming during the 4th of July weekend. Our own Nikki Pico was there on the 4th of July to capture all the sights and sounds from an exciting night at the ballpark.
Fourth of July is Americana at its best. It's a place where people come and celebrate our freedom and celebrate together, and we do it, watching America's pastime and getting to see the best fireworks show in Northern Nevada every year. We play 75 home games a year. July 4th stands out every single year. There's nothing like it. Celebratory crowd. People are here for so much more than baseball. It's a celebration from start to finish, and it's an incredibly special thing to get to be a part of and get to see it and watch it all come to life.
Not only did Andres Chaparro walk it off to a sellout crowd on the 4th of July, he did it again the next day to extend the winning streak. What a month for the boys in Reno. Coming up next, ever wondered who's underneath the costume of the beloved mascot Archie? We'll tell you about the man behind the mask and what it takes to be Archie.
Welcome back to Aces All In, friends. I'm Mike Stephenson. He is perhaps the most familiar face at the ballpark. You could not miss Archie if you tried, as Reno's beloved mascot has entertained fans since the Aces' inaugural season 15 years ago. Under the costume of the lovable red Sasquatch of the Sierra is a man looking to go pro, just like Reno's players. Our Shannon Kelly got the inside scoop from the guy who brings Archie to life.
Archie is a staple at Greater Nevada Field, but who is under the costume?
My opportunity came when I joined the Aces and right after COVID in the 2021 season, and at the time we didn't have someone to be in the suit for Archie, so my boss at the time just said, hey, I need you to get in the suit, and until we hire someone, you're going to be the guy. I just kind of did what I saw on TV and tried to replicate it, and honestly, turns out I was pretty good at it for them to keep me.
Meet Caden Burkhart.
I was hesitant when he asked me that I had no mascot experience at all.
The Lincoln, California native graduated from the University of Nevada in the spring of 2023, spending 2 years as the Wolfpack's beloved Alfie.
My time there was also great. I had learned from mascot coaches that they had at the program. I was taught, how to move differently in different suits, how to express myself better. The way I walk is a certain way, just walking through the crowd, just to be more expressive.
Burkhart recalling one of the highlights of his mascot career at Mackey Stadium.
I took a snow toboggan down the football metal stairs from the top down to the bottom on my senior night. Definitely hurt, but I'm willing to put my body on the line to get that big moment.
Now in his 4th season with the Reno Aces, he says the fans have kept him coming back.
They could be either a baby all the way up to a full-size adult, no matter if you're signing a baseball, no matter if I'm dancing on top of the dugouts we have here, just to see the reactions and the joy that brings. I've had a couple kids come up to me almost every single game that they come here, just wanting to say the same thing signed over and over again.
While Burkhart is the one who dons the red suit on game days, there is a full team behind his work.
You can't think of Archie without the promo team. Those guys definitely have my back, and I'm very grateful that I get kept safe by them. If it's obviously a day like today, it's super hot, they have water, they have cooling towels, everything that I need to make sure that I'm okay to be able to go out and do every single game and come back time to time without getting hurt.
He says he'll lose about 15 pounds during the summer just from wearing the costume.
The head alone is about 20-ish pounds, so it's really top heavy. The actual body is pretty thin. It's just cloth, and it's like hula hoop rings in the middle that create that belly effect. And so, sitting on top of my shoulders, I get a nice workout in every day at the game here.
Drawing inspiration from other mascots across the country, such as Benny the Bull, Burkhart is always looking for new ideas.
That's a great idea. Let me bring it up to my team here and let's see what we can achieve. Maybe not replicate it exactly, but how do we twist it in our own way, the Reno Aces way, to be able to go and provide that for our fans that maybe haven't seen it yet.
Now 4 years later, Burkhart says he couldn't have imagined he'd still be dressing up as Archie.
It's been an absolute blessing, and I'm so grateful that I can keep doing it, and I look to go further. I want to go pro. I want to be a pro mascot for a professional sports team. There's things I still got to work on, and we can always get better. We can be more entertaining, fresh ideas. So we got a long way to go, but I'm determined to get there.
For Aces All In, I'm Shannon Kelly.
I tell you what, mascots are simply a different breed. Great stuff there from Archie/Caden. We wish them both the best of luck going forward. Coming up on Aces All In, we catch up with starting pitcher Cristian Mena as he solidifies his name and game in the Diamondbacks organization.
Golf or hockey? Golf, yeah.
Probably basketball.
Football. I play golf. What sport would I play if I couldn't play baseball? Probably football. I'd say football, yeah. Football.
Hockey. I would need to grow a significant amount of feet, but basketball.
Soccer, for sure.
What position?
I don't know. Anywhere. I like running. Yeah. I love soccer growing up.
His name is Cristian Mena, and he's making a name for himself with the Aces. In February, the D-backs traded for the 21-year-old from the Chicago White Sox for outfielder Dominic Fletcher. So far, he hasn't disappointed in Reno, pitching to a 4.92 ERA with 96 strikeouts in 89 2/3 innings pitched. Nicky caught up with the right-handed pitcher as he continues to develop as an ace for his ball club.
Cristian Mena is making waves with his new team.
Third inning. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss.
The right-hander joining Arizona in the offseason after a trade with the White Sox.
And they told me, I say, no way. And I couldn't believe it. But at the end of the day, I just took it from a positive way and trying to like be positive and just enjoy it. Like, because at the end of the day, the dream and the goal is play in the big league, so it doesn't matter what team you are.
Growing up in a baseball-rich country, the now 21-year-old's professional baseball dream started when he was a little kid.
I came from a country where baseball is everything. I mean, this is the principal sport in the Dominican Republic, so I've been playing this game since I remember, and I mean, it's something that you fall in love with and you play whole your life, and it's something that makes you happy.
Cristian isn't the only Mena to have found a home with a major league organization, with younger brother Brian signing with the Colorado Rockies.
We're kind of like together all the time, and we practice together. We're in a home in off-season, and we're trying to like learn from, because he got his team, I got my team, you know, so we're trying to learn, and we compete though, so we're pretty close, and I feel good like that. I have like another brother like coming up, playing the same sport that I play, and we both play professional baseball. That's a bless.
The Menas have hopes of one day suiting up against each other, representing their family from both dugouts.
That means a lot, because I mean they're representing our country, our flag, and we're very proud that we came from that country. I'm very proud to be Dominican, and that means a lot. I just want to join the pride and be in the same journey and be the role model to the kids that coming up.
After a stellar run with Reno, Mena sporting the Sedona Red, making his MLB debut against the Los Angeles Dodgers in early July.
Swing and a miss, and Cristian Mena strikes out Shohei.
For Aces All In, I'm Nikki Pica, Nevada Sportsnet.
In his Major League debut, Mena giving up 4 earned runs in 3 innings pitched against the Dodgers on July 3rd. Mena is bound to be back with the big league club once again in the future, but for now, he'll continue to anchor the Aces rotation. Coming up next, our monthly awards for the best pitcher and best player of the month, plus your news and notes from July when we come back. Welcome back to Aces All In. Time for our monthly accolades as we recognize the players who shined in the month of July. First up, our player of the month goes to Andres Chaparro. Not only did he have back-to-back walk-off hits this month, he was scorching hot in July. Through July 24th, he bolstered a whopping .449 batting average, belting 6 home runs, driving in a team-high 21 runners, while sporting a 1.219 OPS. And if you're wondering, his slugging percentage was a cool .739. Our pitcher of the month is Logan Allen. He helped carry his team with a 3.38 ERA in 16 innings pitched, striking out 13 batters while holding opponents to a .216 batting average. How about co-performances of the month, shall we? Since we couldn't just pick one, we've got 2 stellar performances this month. The first one coming on July 9th, when catcher Adrian Del Castillo hit not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs against Round Rock. His incredible performance pushed the Aces' historic win streak to 12 games that day. And with fellow catcher Jose Herrera at the major league level for the foreseeable future, expect to see a lot more ADC behind the plate. Now, the other performance of the month could have been historic. On July 1st, Yelber Diaz, who was just called up from AA in June, pitched a masterful 6 no-hit innings against the River Cats. The bullpen got the no-hitter all the way to the 9th before Sacramento smacked a double down the line for its first hit. 2 more outs and the Aces would have had the franchise's first ever no-hitter. And in other news and notes, speaking of Diaz, he was another ace making their Major League debut this month. The 23-year-old shined in his MLB debut, throwing 6 innings and only giving up 1 run versus the Atlanta Braves. And a familiar face was back in Reno. Alec Thomas, who's been recovering from a hamstring injury since March, made a stop in the biggest little city before returning to the D-backs. We had a chance to chat with him before heading back to the big leagues.
It's definitely a relief just being out here and being able to feel good and confident about going in the outfield and running down balls and also hitting the ball and running on the bases. So it's definitely feeling pretty good right now. Yeah, it's definitely tough mentally. I've never really been hurt before, and this has kind of been a prolonged injury. So I've been gone for like 2.5 months or something like that. So it feels like forever, and I've only played like 3 games this year. So I definitely want to be able to help contribute to the team and be out there with the guys.
That'll do it for this month's edition of Aces All In. And if you haven't already, make sure to get out to Greater Nevada Field. August includes 2 homestands as the Aces embark on their quest to secure a second-half title.
Trying to get back to the postseason. And, of course, tune into NSN tonight each and every Monday for our Aces Weekly segment as we continue covering the heck out of the 2024 season of Aceball. A huge shout-out to our crew behind the scenes, as well as reporters Nikki Pica and Shannon Kelly. For Zach Larson, I'm Mike Stephenson saying so long from our NSN studios. We'll see you next time on Aces All In.